Hello, everyone, this is your market update for Tuesday, May 6th, 2025. Today we'll get U.S. trade deficit, and then tomorrow will be the big day with the Fed meeting, press release at 2 p.m., and Powell begins speaking at 2:30, and we'll see how markets react to that. Over the Fed Watch tool, there's 95% probability they will not cut rates tomorrow, and the odds for no rate cut in June have increased to 70%. So we'll see what happens there. Over to the gold chart. Gold is bouncing, currently trading at $3,390. I want to point out that Asian markets were closed for a while, so Chinese buyers are back, and we're seeing a little bump up in price here. We'll see what happens when U.S. markets open. I also wanted to point out that volatility has increased significantly in gold. So usually a 2% swing in gold is pretty rare. I went back all the way to the breakout in March of 2024, and I counted through till April. We had 11 days that were 2% swings in gold. So about once a month, we'll see a 2% swing in gold. Since the April tariff announcement, we've had, I think this is the 11th day. So about every other day is a 2% swing in gold, and we've had a few days that were over 3%, and a 3% up move in gold is exceedingly rare. So volatility is through the roof, and that makes predicting markets difficult. Right now, it looks like we might have an interim cycle low. Uh, the prices were making lows about every 24 to 25 trading days, so I assumed we would see another low here around May 12th, plus or minus a couple days. And if you look at the 50-day EMA, prices had been bottoming just above the 50-day EMA, so that's where I thought we would see a low here. But right now prices are bouncing, and it looks like we might have an interim cycle low. Looks like we're working on progressive closes back above the 10-day EMA. I'm a little reluctant to read too much into this price action heading into a Fed meeting. So we'll often see some funny business into one of these Fed meetings, and prices can reverse sharply the other direction in the next day or two. So we'll see what happens. One possibility is we might come up to fill this gap here around 3,420. And it's also a possibility that we see an inverted cycle. So instead of seeing a cycle low after 24 to 25 days, we could see prices form a cycle high and then roll over. So I'm watching this closely. We'll see how prices respond to tomorrow's Fed announcement. But like I said, the real day I'm concerned about is Friday. Where do prices close Friday? If prices are still above the 10-day EMA on Friday and pushing towards 3,500, then I'd say we have an extended cycle, and we could see fresh highs. If we go over to the gold cycle indicator, I wanted to point out that we are at the upper boundary once again here, just below 3,400. And anytime prices get above the upper boundary, again, it's exceedingly rare, and that means prices are very overbought. So it looks like this is, instead of a straight line down, it looks like we are in a topping process, is my guess, and that prices will roll over possibly here after the Fed meeting and begin the next leg lower, which could be rather sharp. We'll see where prices peak and roll over here, but right now we're getting a pretty convincing bounce. Over to silver, currently trading at $33.25. Still kind of stuck in no man's land. I'm not expecting much here, but if we did get progressive closes above $34, then I would say maybe the gold cycle could extend a little bit further, but we'll see how prices react to tomorrow's Fed announcement. Over to platinum, currently trading at $979. It's still kind of stuck here around the 980 level. If we got progressive closes above 1,000, then I might consider changing my view on the gold cycle. And then GDX finished up yesterday 3.48%. We got a swing low, prices found support at 47, gapped higher, finished near the highs of the day, all bullish behavior. And it looks like we're going to gap higher again today. And my guess is we're probably going to come up to fill this gap here at $50.23. I don't think this is a new run higher, but if we got progressive closes above $50.23, then I'd have to revisit my thoughts here, and maybe we could see a challenge of the April highs. But right now, I think we're probably just going to see a bounce, a 3 to 5 day bounce maybe, and then roll back over. And then the next retest of 47 probably will fail and will break down, is my guess. So careful out there. Have yourself a wonderful day, and we'll talk to you later.